prescription drugs for millions of Americans. Another healthcare issue for millions of our fellow Americans, including our seniors, is the issue of hearing aids. Everybody here knows what I'm talking about, right? It's a big issue. It's a big issue for those who know and want to talk with folks who need a hearing aid and for those who need a hearing aid. It's a big issue for all of us. Millions of people in our nation depend on hearing aids to help them live a full and independent life. To speak, for example, with the teller at the bank or the person who is the server at the restaurant, to hear the sermon in church, or to listen to a grandchild talk about their first day of school. But hearing aids are expensive. Sometimes they cost more than $5,000 a pair. And for people who are 70 years and older who need hearing aids, the numbers I've looked at tell us that only 1 in 3 of those in that category has ever actually used a hearing aid because of all these barriers to getting them. So this is why President Biden and I recently took a long overdue step to make hearing aids available over. Right? So, goes in for her annual checkup, and she complains about stiffness and pain in her joints. And after running some tests, her doctor diagnoses her with rheumatoid arthritis. And let's say a few days later, she goes down the street to her pharmacy to fill the prescription. And she learns that the copay for a single month of pills is $600 or $700. Across our nation, seniors with chronic medical conditions are paying as much as $10,000 a year for the medication they need to simply stay healthy and stay alive. Seniors who have to choose between paying their rent and filling their prescription. Seniors who are forced to cut their pills in half because they cannot afford their full prescription, a prescription for the dosage that they actually require. This has got to stop. It's got to stop. And this is why, beginning in 2025, our administration will cap out-of-pocket prescription drug cost to $2,000 a year for people on Medicare. We need to extend it beyond that. But for Medicare, you know, we've been fighting to actually extend a lot of this beyond Medicare, but this is where we are right now. The fight is not over. But what this means is that no matter how much your prescriptions cost, no matter how many prescriptions you have, and so many of our seniors have a dozen or more prescriptions that they need to take, for you, you will pay no more than $2,000 a year for your medicine. And so that means if you are on Medicare, or if you will soon be on Medicare, you will no longer have to worry that one terrible diagnosis will bankrupt you or your loved ones. So for President Biden and me, it really does come down to this. Access to health care should be a right, not a privilege for those who can afford it. It's that basic. And just think about it. Affordable health care it's about your health, and it's about more. First of all, we're talking about an essential need, right? We're not talking about a luxury. We're talking about an essential need. Also, access to affordable health care is about independence. Independence from debt, independence from fear, independence from pain. And affordable health care and access to affordable health care is also about peace of mind. The peace of mind that comes from knowing you will never have to choose between your physical well-being and your financial well-being. And affordable health care ultimately is about dignity. The dignity to which all people are entitled and deserve. And so that is why President Biden and I will continue with this fight, so that every person in our nation and every senior in our nation can access the health care they need and deserve. And with that, may God bless you, and may God bless America. Thank you.